Okay, what do we have today? Earlier, one of my videos, I tested this little COB light here. And I liked it, like the whole concept of having like a little mini work light. But the problem is the step down on it was like crazy low. Even on turbo, you know, it would step down to this, like just low at the maximum, which is kind of crazy. It kind of makes it almost useless for working. Now it is good for the home because during a blackout, you can get some really nice long run times with this. So what I did is I ordered it's the same company, but they made an updated model called the w5130 COB light. And it's pretty simple. It's this nice little package. And all you get is a USB-C cable and the actual light itself. Like, it doesn't even come with instructions because there's only one button on it. You can't really screw it up. And it says on the back that there's 6 modes, but there's actually 7 modes. So let's go through the modes. You get white high, white low, yellow high, yellow low, red, and red strobe. Now how it works is you can see that there's different colors in this COB light. The outside is white LEDs. The inside is yellow LEDs, so that gives you a warmer light, like if you want to use this at in case of a blackout or something like that. And then there's 6 red LEDs in the center, which, you can use to put on the back of your car if you're broken down, or use it as a bike light in an emergency. So what we're going to do is we're going to test the light levels, and how we're going to do it is I know that this COB light on turbo is 456 lumens as tested by Flashaholic. So what I did is I got a lux meter on my phone and I set them apart at a certain distance, about 30 centimeters or so. And what I did is I would put this on turbo, if it turns on, there we go, and I would measure the lux rating. Then I would do the same distance with this and turn it on, and then measure the difference in the lux rating, and then get a percentage from that, and then be able to calculate what the actual lumens coming out of this COB light pretty accurately. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the testing. I'll show you, just the general light settings. I'll do the same thing. I'll put it in the bathroom so, you get the same testing as this. And I'll put in the caption what the light lumens are and what the step down is, because these all step down, but these step down way less. Like on turbo, this steps down to 278 lumens, which is like over double what the step down on this is. So let's go and move on to the tests. Okay, this is the turbo setting, which is holding down the button. This is the white LEDs and the yellow LEDs all at the same time. This is white high. So you can see there. This is white low. You can see the PWM modulation on white low. This is yellow high. And I don't know if you can see it, but maybe off camera, it's a nice yellower light, sort of like a filament bulb, which is probably a little bit easier on the eyes if you were using it in a blackout situation. Okay, here's yellow low. What this does is this steps down to 109 lumens, which is the same as the turbo of the old COB. So that'll give you similar run times with this. So if you needed to use it in a blackout, this is probably your best bet. But as you can see, there's a lot of PWM modulation going on here. But this will give you the maximum run times. And just for fun, there's your red. in case you want to start a brothel in your bathroom. It's doable. No judgments. And here's the emergency strobe. So if you were stuck at the side of the road, because it has a magnet on it, you could stick this on the back of your car or put it on the stand, and people will be able to see that you're changing a tire or doing whatever you need to do in an emergency. All right. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the step down speed. After about 20 seconds, it starts losing at about 100 lux per second until it gets to about a minute or just over a minute, and then it's on its step down lux or lumens. So we're going to do it first with turbo so you can see how bright that the step down is, and then I'll just do step downs for the other videos. But here, we're going to start it. Okay, so I'm just going to run the video. I'll turn off the light. And then you're going to see after about 20 seconds, it'll start stepping down. You'll probably see some PWM modulation as the lux starts reducing. So as you look around, see? It's a nice light. So let's see when it starts stepping down. I can see it flickering. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's starting to step down. So we'll just let it run here, because the camera is probably going to be compensating for the lower light levels. There's no way I can turn it off. This camera's too crap. Stepping down. Off camera, you can see the PWM increasing. It's like click, 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 click. There's no audible noise, but you can see it. That's how it steps down. And now we're at step down level. You can see the PWM going, but look how bright it is. Like, that's turbo step down. That's 278 lumens. That's almost triple what the old COB light does for its stop down on turbo. Okay, now we'll just go through the other step down lighting and you can just take a look. Okay, there's white high after step down. It's 228 lumens. That's white low step down. That's 160 lumens, which is about 50 more than the old COB's turbo step down. This is yellow high step down. This is about 154 lumens. It's a few lumens less than the white, and that's probably due to the 3000K color. So it's going to lose a few lumens there. So that's 154. Okay, this is yellow low step down. This is 109 lumens, which is the same as the old COB's turbo step down light level. You know, it's still usable. Look at that. It's nice. I have noticed that on the lower settings, like white low and yellow low, the step down is less aggressive, as in it steps down at about half the speed, probably due to the fact that it doesn't have to step down as much. So instead of going click, 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 you know, going down fast, it's like click, 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 you know, it's going down in a slower pace. All right, there you go. Okay, here's just another look at this is on turbo, you know, just to give you an idea of what else it can do. As you can see, it's pretty good. It's about 800 lumens on the initial turn on. All right, there you go. Okay, here's for fun if you need to make a meal. That's turbo. That's crazy. I also noticed that the magnet on these COBs seem to be a little stronger than the old ones. Like if I go up, and I try to pull on, like I gotta physically pull on it to get it off. It's not coming off of there. It can easily hold its own weight, and probably something on the keychain, little carabiner. You could probably hang something off it if you had to. All right, there you go. Okay, well, we tested these out, and what are my conclusions compared to at least the older model? Well, they both have the same features, you know. There's a stand on the back. This one's actually a little more steadier. Like if this one, if you put it up, you know, it kind of wobbles around a little. You know, it's not as good. Now, of course, you can just flip it over and have it stand with the carabiner. And that's, you know, more solid. You can do the same with this one too. Like that's very solid. They both have the same tripod, 1/4 inch tapping. But this one, if you notice, there's a little hole here, so you can actually slip a lanyard through it if you need to. I think, as far as price goes, this was $6 on Amazon each. I got $18, got me 3 of these little guys. And these were about $14 each. This is on Amazon. Of course, if you go to AliExpress, I'll leave all the links in the description. You can get these for $10. So from $6 to $10, you're getting 2 sets of LEDs, a way better step down. Also, you get like a little red flash here. Let's go to, you know, you get a red in case you need to save your night vision, or a flash in case of an emergency. You just put this on the back of your car. You get an actual battery indicator. Now, it's not super accurate, but it gives you an idea of what's going on. Like, look, I'm at 3 out of 4 light bars. You still get the same keychain carabiner. You still get the silly bottle opener. I guess you can get drunk at the side of the road if your car sticks up. I don't know. Whatever you want. So the magnet's stronger. It seems more sturdier. It seems better, well built together. So I'd say for $4 more, basically, from AliExpress, this is a way better deal. The step down is almost triple what this is. Now, what it can't do is this, the old one, I could have this with a pass-through charging. I could turn it on and plug in a USB into it and charge it, and it'll sit there for hours and hours and hours and hours. So what this would be probably better for, it might even be worth getting the cheaper ones, just picking them up, because I think on AliExpress these are like $3 or something stupid. I bought it through Amazon because in case it's junk, I can send it back and there's no questions asked. But now that I know they work, I'd probably just go to AliExpress. These are probably good for the home because you could turn it on turbo step down and you still get, it'll be the equivalent of that. Look, you still get a nice little light. You could have this, because it's a magnet, you can sit in a blackout playing cards and it'll run all night long if you have, like, say, a power bank or something to charge it up as. Whereas this is a little more versatile. Because the step down is much higher than this is actually usable for little work jobs. Like if you're in a really tight, cramped place and you need to get in there and, fix something, this is going to be better for you because you have all these modes as well. So you're getting way more bang for your buck on this. And if you do it through AliExpress, they even have a bunch of crazy accessories for this. Like for $2 more, you get a tripod, that you can sit it on, or like a car charger, USB. You can get all kinds of junk that come with it, and it's all like under $15. I think the most crap you can get with all the crap, tripods and car chargers and all the madness and carrying case and all that crap, is like $15. So you can't go over $15 if you wanted all that stuff. So what would be advisable for this is, you're doing your work, is have multiples of these and a little power bank. So you're doing your work, and as it runs down, because the times are going to be a little bit lower because the step down's less aggressive. So if you have this on turbo, I put it at first dim is 38 minutes. What I mean by first dim is you can just notice it. You're like, yeah, it's just not as bright as it used to be. It's not like dim as in it goes in the toilet. You just barely notice that it's getting a little dim. Now on the higher settings, from the first dim to shut off is very fast, obviously. But on the lower settings, such as yellow low, which is basically just emulating this, the from first dim to shut off is, like an hour or something. You're getting a lot of runtime out of it. Like I think on low, I put it at 2 hours and 19 minutes. So if I had a bunch of these, I could have some charging and some of them running at the same. If you had for $50, you get 5 of them, right? And you have a power bank, you could have 2 running and 2 charging and 1 as a back, you can fiddle around. These would be great for a car or a toolbox. Put a bunch of them in there, put 3 and have a little power bank. And you could run these all day because as you're doing stuff, the other ones are charging. And then you just take the fresh charged one off, you put the one that hasn't been charged back on it. So other than the fact that you can't charge it while it's running, which I kind of understand, because it doesn't have as much of a step down, and the turbo and high are so much brighter than this one, like we're talking double almost. I can understand why. It's a bit of a safety feature, because if you're charging it and it's running at a crazy high level, then it's going to heat up really fast, because it's going to heat up from the charging and it's going to be heating up from just running it, and it'll probably just destroy it. Now, what I would like to do is actually open one of these up and see if I can put a larger battery in it, because these only have 500 milliamp batteries, but I think they're kind of not as good because I only was able to get 385 milliamps into it. Now that's 385 milliamps usable. This does have a voltage cutoff. Like this doesn't go right into the ground like this one. So it, preserves the battery a bit better. But for example, this sample that I kept, I gave the other ones away. This got 606 milliamps into it. So I think what they did is they screwed up at the factory, or they ran out of 500s and actually put a 600 in here. Because I've been looking online at just the general size of the battery. They're just like mini little batteries, little square batteries. I've seen them up to 1,000 milliamps. So if I took this apart and put 1,000 milliamp battery and just soldered the leads back on it, now I get double the runtime. So that might be something I might do in the future. But I definitely recommend the upgraded version. The extra $4 is worth it, for sure. Because you just have so much versatility. Like if I want to run it at this low level, I can. I just go, okay, I'll just put it on yellow low. And it'll run for over 2 hours. So if this runs for 2 hours, it takes less than 2 hours to charge it. So you can just have it, you just swap them out when one runs out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.